Hello, my name is Winfrey Agboleshe, and this is the Pageant Show with Winfrey, a platform created to have pageant girls share their experiences with us, as well as learn from each other, and of course, talk about topical issues as it affects the pageants industry. Stick around to see who we'll have next and to see what topics we'll be talking about. Make sure you do follow us on social media. All that detail will definitely be down there. Drop your comments, share it to that pageant girl that you know needs this content. All right, till next time. Bye. Many will agree with me that the true essence of being a beauty queen is the ability to serve from the heart every time. Now, just imagine this same genuinity of purpose is allowed to permeate through the pageant system. Now, the pageants platforms will not only allow women show their empowerment, diversity, intelligence, leadership, as well as giving them a platform to empower other women like them. Hello, my name is Winfrey Agboleshe, and this is the Pageant Show with Winfrey, a platform created for pageant people to share their experiences and, of course, talk about topical issues as it affects the pageant industry. Today, I'll be talking on the conversation, bringing back the essence of pageantry. And doing justice to that with me, I have, of course, another beauty queen. And she is a media presenter, a fashion model, and a beauty queen. She represented Nigeria at the first Miss Ecotourism World Pageant, where she contested with girls across the globe and emerged the winner of the Miss Ecotourism World Pageant in 2021, the first ever. Now, she just concluded her BA Ed in English Education at Lagos State University. She's passionate about people, seeing young people grow, right? Go through their process, discovering purpose, and living their truth. She is also a host of a podcast called or titled Living the Truth Podcast, where she discusses life from the point of truth. I'm talking about none other than Precious Zino. Welcome to the Pageant Show with Winfrey.
Thank you very much.
I hope I didn't murder your middle name.
No, you did not.
I didn't, yay. Oh, well, I shouldn't, right? Delta, Edo, not so far, right? Okay, so how are you feeling today?
Very well. I'm good.
Okay, so now, first of all, before we go into the topic of discuss today, we usually like, or rather, I usually like to talk about growing up, because I believe, our foundation, literally, that's where it starts from, right? That's where it's built up. So now tell me, what was growing up like for you?
Growing up was very beautiful, to be very honest. My dad, mom, and 4 other siblings.
Okay.
Yes, and it was really beautiful.
Yeah, what
to
born
be
are
very
you?
honest.
What?
I am the first girl.
Yeah, the first girl. Okay.
And the second child.
And the second child. That means all the responsibilities.
Sort of. Nobody puts pressure on me.
Nobody
my daddy
really?
pampers me too much to allow anybody to put pressure on me.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, daddy's a girl.
Yes.
That's actually really nice. So now let's talk about you. Growing up, what schools did you attend, and what was that experience like for you?
Okay, primary school. Can I remember the name of my primary school? Primary school somewhere at Tikacha.
Okay.
Childline private school.
Okay.
Yes. Secondary school. We did a lot of moving. So I attended school here, primary school here, secondary school there. Then university at Lagos State University.
Okay.
And primary school, secondary school was my first encounter with beauty pageants.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, tell us about it.
That was in just 2. My principal just called I and my friend and told us, you know what, there's this Little Miss Nigeria pageant at LTV.
Okay.
I think I was about 12, 13. And she told us she wanted us to represent our school at the pageant. I was very clueless. I didn't even care so much about beauty.
Okay.
But everybody always told me I was elegant. So, and I always told my dad I wanted to do MBGN.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so he did not like the idea.
He didn't like the
Yes, he
idea.
did not.
Okay. So parents, so now let's talk about that. So now you literally grew up being daddy's girl, and then from school there's this, let me not say pressure of like going into that space, right? Of contesting as a beauty queen. Little Miss Nigeria, I think that was actually a big deal back then, if I can remember correctly. So your dad didn't like the idea, but then what happened? Did he allow you go on to it? Did the principal have to come home and have a meeting with them? What happened?
No, he didn't like the idea, but he just let me go. go.
Okay, he let you go.
I'll have to disturb him until he likes me. So that's what I did till he let me go. I was clueless, very clueless. I was supposed to sing. Was I supposed to sing? I was supposed to showcase. Yes. Yeah. And I decided to sing this Delta song that my mom is always singing, Ogenetega, this worship song.
Otega.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And then what happened?
I feel that was the most embarrassing moment.
Are you serious? Oh, wow. What happened? Did they boo you?
No, they did not. Some of them actually sang along. Yeah, but it was just really awkward. I did not really prepare for the pageant. I came with my mom's wrapper and the top she made for me a few days before the pageant, but it was interesting. Seeing other girls show up and...
What was the turnout like? Did you win?
No, I did not.
No, you didn't win. Okay, so how far did you go and how did that make you feel?
Top 5.
Top 5.
Yes.
Did you cry?
No, I did not.
Yeah, okay. You were happy?
I was.
With people that actually won. That was like secondary school.
Yes.
Right. Okay. That was amazing. So now let's go into, more informed, grown-up Precious. So what was that like for you? What was uni like for you at last
Lagos State University? Lagos State University was really nice. I was not fully part of Lagos State University till 200 level.
Okay. I don't think we ever are. Our 400 levels are for being clueless
and
just
I was
floating.
Very, very clueless. It was in 200 level. I now knew that, okay, fine, you're in school.
Okay.
And you have to be part of activities going on. But I was still withdrawn till I started attending events in school. Just church majorly because I was always in church. I am the church girl. So yes. So that's what it was like.
So how does church girl find like pageantry? How did you find your way? How did you navigate?
How did I find my way?
Yeah.
Okay, this is very interesting. And it's really interesting I'm having this conversation with you.
Yeah.
There was a media show you had sometime in 2018 or 2019.
Okay.
At Silverbed. Do you remember?
No.
It was a beginner class for media presenters, people who wanted to go into media. Do you remember now?
I remember.
Yes. So you had that show and that was the first time I met you.
Yeah.
And he just
I remember the first time I met you. Yes.
Yes, you just randomly asked me, do you want to go into pageantry? And you should actually try MBGN. That was the first time.
I'm sorry. I think I made a mistake that day. Yes, I could have actually just carried I could have just carried you to Mr. Guy and just say, Mr. Guy, see your queen, take her, and all that. Of course, if you step anywhere, even before we started, the guys here were like, oh wow, she's so tall. They were like, oh wow, they're fascinated by your height. Anyone who sees you standing, and it's one thing to be tall, and elegant. Do you understand? There's a composure that a queen has, and I honestly feel and believe you carry. So yeah, when spotting you that day, I just knew that definitely there's no stage you actually go on that you will not be noticed. So yeah, so that's why I felt. So that was actually your first. That was your first.
Yes, that was the first time I thought about it.
That's the first time you thought about it.
Then you had another show for pageant girls.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called.
The Pageant Academy.
Yes, I think 2.0.
Yeah.
Yes, the second one. Then I met Coach Naya.
Okay.
And she just stopped me when I was about to leave.
Exactly.
And said, call me, take my number. Coach Naya bothered me till I said, you know what? Let me even give this a try.
Yeah.
Then I did Miss Earth. That was my first pageant.
That was your first pageant.
And
how was it? What was the experience? Now, this is where the tea starts to bubble. So how was it? What was the Miss Earth experience for you like?
Miss Earth experience was really beautiful. Okay. It stretched me. I don't think there is any other experience I've had that really stretched me. It really stretched me. It made me see sides of myself that I did not even know existed.
Yeah.
Miss Earth was tasky because, yes, I care about the earth. I do. I really do.
We all do.
And in my own space, I talk to my friends. If any of my friends should come now holding a plastic bottle, she can't throw it on the floor.
Yeah, of course.
So I even saw a friend yesterday and she was telling me I'm the reason she holds her plastic bottles till she gets home or she finds a trash can.
Okay. So now, before we go further into that, let's talk about the idea and the essence of Miss Earth as a pageant. So now,
Miss Earth pageant is to first of all enlighten people on the importance of keeping the earth safe.
Amazing.
Because there's only one planet, Earth. Yes, there's no other planet. So we have to keep it safe for us to stay in it.
Okay.
So yes, that's
so what kind of activities will actually help us do that?
Tree planting, keeping our trash where it's supposed to be. Yes. Mostly
Okay.
that.
Mostly, okay. Amazing. So now when you get on camp, because I know, I mean, on social media, we literally see it, right? We see the different tasks the girls actually giving to do this and portray that. I know there's a Miss Earth Fire, there's a Miss Earth Water. It actually sounds and looks so, and I'm like, oh yeah, I mean, we're talking about the forces now. Or now what they call it, I can't remember. Anyways, so now being at that pageant, right? What would you say was your biggest takeaway? What would you say was your biggest take home or the lessons learned?
My biggest take home from Miss Earth pageant, I think it was being yourself. Yes, I don't think it was really about the earth. Yeah. It was mostly me learning to be myself, because it was very difficult having to stay with different ladies from different backgrounds, meeting new persons that have no idea who you really are, and having preconceived notions, and in a competition with you, it was really tough. So for me, it was just be yourself regardless. Yeah, people will adjust. Yeah.
Okay, so now being in the space with how many girls were you?
I really can't remember.
You can't remember. Okay. I think we have a thing in common when it comes to memory. We don't keep certain details. Okay, so now being in a space with girls for, let's say, a minimum of 2 weeks, right?
I think it was 3 weeks.
3 weeks, yes. Right? So 3 weeks, and from different places, all striving for one thing, to be the Miss Earth in Nigeria. Yes. What was that beyond? Don't tell me it was beautiful. I don't want to hear that word beautiful again. So tell me, in all honesty, because I know it's not easy, right? Because even myself, when I stepped into my first pageant, which was first major pageant that had camping and all that, I was Miss Universe in Nigeria, and it wasn't easy. As much as, yes, of course, you go there. For me, I think it was an eye opener. Seeing girls from like different universities coming with different characters, behaviors, do you understand? Especially for someone like me. And I think you are also kind of laid back and reserved, yes. Right? So like, I mean, I'm not used to sharing my space, but pageantry will bring that, do you understand? Will actually create a balance where, of course, you have to share your space with people and then be in like a close, neat like environment with people for an extended period of time. So personally for you, what was that experience like?
Okay, you said you don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. So first off, I am the kind of person that even when there's so much negativity, I don't see it. Okay. So even if there is a lot of negativity, people saying this, people saying that, I won't see it. I choose what I want to see. Right. And I control my atmosphere. So that made it a bit sane. It was towards the end of the pageant I started hearing, this person thinks this person thinks that, this person
who's
said
thinking
this.
What?
Other contestants.
Zoom. Okay, let's leave the contestant. What's were they thinking and what were they saying?
Like you said, people who are laid back, they have a feeling that you are proud. Yeah. Or you are self-centered, or you just feel high and mighty.
You're just on your high horse.
And this was also a problem with the pageant organizers.
Okay, for you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They felt I was too big to associate.
Okay.
But really, I was trying my very best. I was really trying my very best. Okay. So it was a problem with me at camp. Precious is not associating with others. When it's time for us to dance, she won't really dance. I can't even dance. So you don't understand what I'm going through.
Exactly.
So a lot of misconceptions about me. When it's time to speak, then I'm done speaking. Okay, she feels like she just said everything right. Other contestants are like, okay, what's she feeling like? Yes. But at the same time, Miss S organization makes it it makes it easy for you to have a family bond. So there were activities in camp where we all have to do it together. You guys are eating together today. You guys will have a conversation. When we are driving to wherever we're going to, the bus is always, we're always talking. And it involves everybody. Yeah. We want to hear what you have to say. Yeah. So it was
How did you struggle to adjust to all of that?
Like I said, you'll get used to it.
You'll get used to it. Okay, so now I can totally say I understand you, but I honestly don't feel people understand it. Just the same way people don't understand you. So it's not the same thing even in life, right? Yes. Where you actually go out. For instance, you're invited somewhere, maybe for a birthday party or for a social event, and then you go and you're there and then you're just by yourself. And you're just sitting out there and looking. And to be honest, you have peace. Yes, because you are fine. You're literally watching everybody. You're enjoying everybody's different color, different shades and everything. But like, they don't get it. They just think Is it as we are dancing and making noise? We are
less.
Like, do you understand? We are less. But like people don't get it. And I feel the part that sometimes gets to me is because sometimes you actually now think, okay, fine, am I doing something wrong?
Is there a problem with me?
Is there a problem?
Do I have a problem?
Exactly. Like, why do I have a problem connecting with people? Do you understand? Why do I have a problem being like free with people? However, I still feel there are still some people whose presence you'll be in that is not the case.
There's something we ask kissing at pageants where everybody feels like, oh, you need to be at the feet of the pageants organizers, and I love you so much. I really, really like you.
So would you say Miss Earth is one of those pageants that, because the truth is there are some organizations that they don't care about that. Girls are going to do it anyway, but they're not bothered. But then again, I know there are also some organizations that that's what they want. They want to know that, okay, by the time we crown you queen, you'll know who the real queen is.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So would you say Miss Earth is one of those pageants?
Well, our pageant organizer is, like I said, the family. She believes, so when she doesn't see you laid back and associating with almost everybody, she feels this person is not comfortable, or she's trying to.
So what's the problem?
So she wants you to be very comfortable with me. I want you to be comfortable with me, and she feels that's how she should get to know you. So she's that kind of person that just wants you to. No restrictions, be very comfortable. I'm your mommy. I love you, so I really want to be with you. That's the kind of person she is.
So now, speaking from that point, I think what even in my pageant classes, what I try to make people understand, because there are certain things I believe, even in life generally, pageant aside now, we need to understand that there are personality traits, personality types. Do you understand? There is a sanguine, the butterfly. They fly. They are all fun and jovial and open and everything. So do you understand? That energy is there. There is the phlegmatic, very laid back. Do you know your personality type?
Yes.
Which are you?
I am male phleg.
You're male phleg.
Yes.
So there's the melancholy. We all know, moody sometimes, can also be like elated and all of that. I'm more in tune with sounds and feelings and emotions and things like that. And of course, we have the choleric, the sparky cholerics, right? The ones that want to get things done the way they're meant to do it. Do you understand? So I feel that is very, very important that we actually understand as pageant girls our temperaments, right? And what we bring to the table. And the truth is, everyone is important in their personality.
Very true.
Do you understand? The sanguine is the one that's helping us host events, helping us create, like helping everyone be in a good mood when we're not in a good mood. Do you understand? The melancholic is the one that's calculating everything, making sure all I's are dotted, all T's are crossed. The phlegmatics are the ones that they're laid back, but they're hard workers. They go ahead and they're late. Do you understand? When there's conflicts, they know how to resolve issues. They know how to bring everybody. So the choleric is the one that's making sure that, okay, fine, speaking for the group of the other people. Do you understand? The one that's a leader, the one that's up there. So I always say and tell pageant girls that you need to know that type, so that when you find yourself in a gathering, right, it doesn't only help you not even hate on the other person, it makes you understand the role of the other person.
Yes.
It makes you understand, okay, that person is filling up that space so that you can be comfortable enough to fill up your own space. So, and I feel it's a struggle that a lot of people have understanding that. So now, how would you say that really made you feel? Feeling like, okay, fine, even as far as maybe the organization, them thinking, okay, fine, you're proud and all of that. How would you say that really made you feel?
Not good. I did not feel good at all. And that's why I feel self-awareness is very important. Like you said, aside understanding other people, understand yourself. Yeah. So I tried. I really tried to change. I really tried to be everywhere, but
so now that's another problem. Trying to change to so people, you can accommodate other people,
and that was very, very difficult. So even when I try, I just get back and I'm very drained.
Yeah, very drained. Exactly.
And being drained in a competition is not a good. Is not a good thing. Yeah, it's not a good thing. Yeah.
So I could say that. So now I'll give the story. So something happened when I actually contested for Miss University Nigeria. So I think the story you're sharing now, it was literally my story, because everybody just thought, oh, this one, she's just proud. Not knowing that I didn't even have a dress or issue, or I didn't even know I was going to wear for the competition. Do you understand? I was just there trying to, and I'm an observer. So when I go into a space initially, I'm not like that. I'm just in one corner looking, observing, okay, what's happening, who is doing what. Do you understand? Just trying to figure out what is happening and trying to get there. So, we had tasks every day. We had to involve. I wasn't great at public speaking. I was really shy, so much so that when We even had the press conference, and we were literally just meant to introduce ourselves and the school represented. I literally flopped it. And then at the end of the introduction, the pageant organizer is talking about how, is addressing us, talking about how, some of us are so proud that we think we know everything.
Wow.
But we cannot do this one. Then some of us are so not aware of it, not conscious. Just a whole lot of things. Like, but then again, you could just get the vibe, because the same thing, while some girls are trying to suck up and trying to, be there and be all over the place, there are people that also try to lay back. So me also being laid back, when I find it hard to connect. So when I connect with people, I'm connecting with you. And like, you're the only one else to be seen and releasing me throughout the entire, do you understand? The whole period and everything. But then again, there was now the shuffling that they did. They now started to shuffle our roommates. Do you understand? So you're in a room with someone, you've literally bonded the person, then they shuffle it and you're like, what is going on? Why? Do you understand? They're so bad that even they say when they come out for breakfast or come out for lunch, we don't want to see you with this group of people anymore. Make sure this, do you understand? They literally come and pick you and say, no, you stand up. So they wanted you to like bond and literally go around a whole lot. And it was tough for me, like adjusting to all that. So something happened. We had a competition where, not only a competition, we had an activity where we were told to nominate people who wanted to leave. Wanted to leave the house.
Really?
I'm telling you.
That's tough.
Oh my God. They literally were like, okay, yeah, you're going to give everybody. First of all, they told us in the morning, when you're coming down, make sure you've packed all your things. We're having an eviction. That's not and nice. All of that. They put all of us in a room. Okay, sit down, take a piece of paper, write the names of 3 girls you wanted to leave the house. So the people that were most nominated were going to leave. It was not a joke.
Did it happen eventually?
Oh my God. Wait now. So we actually are there sitting down. And I was thinking, like, what? So there's one of the ladies, I think Miss Nasarawa, Fitemi. She literally stood up. She was crying. She was like, this is a girl. She's literally going to bond with. She's not going to do it. She can't do this and everything. So the organizer was like, you think we're joking with you? Go and pack your things. You're leaving the house now. Since you're literally giving up yourself. What? I'm telling you, she actually, like, it was not joke. Hey. Then everybody now realized that,
this is serious.
This is actually serious. People say writing. We're standing up. So what I did was that the first 3 people that stood up, I wrote.
Wow.
No, now Shay, you are the one that can send people home. The first 3 people that stood up, I'm telling you, I wrote their names, and then we actually submitted the paper. And yeah, they actually went. They did a compilation. They came out. They called names. My name was number 1. They called.
I was going to ask that question.
Oh my God. My name was, okay, maybe not number 1, but I was on the list. And then they called us that we were going home. So I was just thinking, just like that.
So you guys don't like me?
So I know I got a hint already.
Okay.
Right? Because I think a day before, so we did a social thing and then the people were told to, I think, pick people, to imitate people and everything. And someone imitated me. And of course, the idea was, the person that, like, the way she even walked, I'm like, it made, and people literally scream my name. I'm like, really? And all of that. So the idea was, the impression was like, I just coming and I just go to one corner, I just sit down and I'm like, wow, okay. So they called my name. Now, what shook me the most was how people started crying. I'm like, so wait.
But you guys nominated.
No, wait. Who are the criers? Who are the nominators? Why are you? Is it not you that wrote it? Why are you crying? John said, people were like, oh no, we don't want to go. I can't believe this. I'm like, you can't. So it was interesting. It was amazing, right? But now, yeah, everybody settled down, and of course, they called us. We went to pack our things, and then they took us out. But then they took us upstairs.
What sort of Big Brother show is this?
So they took us upstairs for like 3 days.
No way.
I'm telling you. So we were not coming out for any activity. We were just upstairs. We were just chilling. It was even cool because they were bringing our food up. We were balling, but we were still doing the tasks and things same thing that were happening downstairs. They'll bring ours up, but like we were not coming out for all the strangers things. So they literally really thought we had gone home. And then on the 3rd day,
you showed up.
That day, the day we actually went to, I think we were meant to receive the Minister of Abuja. Then, I can't remember, we were meant to receive a government official. So everybody told her we're all meant to be dressed in black and all of that. And then sit for dinner. So while that was happening, everybody was seated. They now told us to come downstairs.
Oh, must be nice.
Oh, God. The shoulder part that was not there before. Oh Lord,
You added
now
it.
tripled. Everybody was seated. We just walked in the place. I could hear a pin drop.
As it should be.
People were literally shook. And it was such an amazing experience. Like, I'm like, okay. So like, I think then, because before I was literally trying to observe, trying to be nice and just trying to but when, I think that's when the competition started for me.
Okay.
Do you understand? That's when I think a bulb just went off in my head. Like, okay, like everything just got real. And we're going to actually do this and everything. So it was amazing. It was nice. And of course, after that time now, people were shocked, surprised. Everybody would come and say, I went free. I heard people that wrote your name. This one down, I wasn't there. This one said this. This one said, do you understand? Like, who asked you? That's like, did I call you to ask you? And all of that. But I mean, it was an amazing experience. But I think in everything, the story is, like a lot of people don't know what people are going through. I think it's important that you just know. Fine, somebody's laid back. You don't even know what baggage the person is dealing with, probably from home.
Yes.
Do you understand? See people. And I think I've come to a point where I realize, or where I try to adjust things to understanding that it's, even if someone is treating me badly, I don't think it's me. It's not a me problem.
Exactly, it's not me.
It's not a me problem.
And I won't tag you a bad person. I try to understand.
Exactly. Like,
I don't know what you're going through.
Exactly. So maybe your insecurities are speaking louder. Anyways, this conversation about me is about you. So back to that. So now you literally went for Miss Earth. And I did watch that pageant. So from the point of someone on stage, what was the pageant like for you? What would you say the outcome was? Would you say you expected it or did you expect more?
Now, I would say it was God's will for me. That's what I'll say now, because...
Okay, sorry, wait. Before you get to know, what would you say then?
Then...
What would you have said then?
Maybe right there when I was on stage. Yeah. It was my name they called first.
Yeah.
I was not expecting to hear my name first.
Yeah, okay.
And when they were saying, okay, the title we're going to call now is Miss Tourism World, this person is going to South Africa, I didn't hear any of that.
You didn't hear
I didn't hear any of that.
Okay,
so, in my head, I'm like, just call the Miss Eds and give me the crown.
Right, okay.
So I did not hear any of that.
Yeah, okay, so now just call the Miss Earth and give me the crown. Why did you feel that way?
Because I felt like I had put in so much work.
Yeah, compared to like every other person on stage.
All of us had put in so much work. Yeah. And we're all there for the Miss Earth crown. Yeah. So I felt like, I deserved it.
Yeah, you deserved it. And there's nothing wrong. That's why please you deserve that you put in enough work. So now what I would say is, I don't know. I mean, several pageants their judging criteria are different.
Yes.
Right? And they know what they're looking for and all of that. I mean, I always tell people, besides the, oh, look, amazing dress, your walk is amazing, oh, you speak well and all of that. People, I guess they select things that they want based on maybe queens they can work with, or who they believe can represent
them properly,
or who they believe maybe the international pageants will probably accept more. Because the truth is, a lot of people watch that pageant. I know I remember receiving several calls about, oh yeah, Are You Sing was having a Miss Earth and things like that. And I think what struck me about that one was the question and answer session. Yeah, because. So, I mean, we had several people. To me, I'll just be honest and say it. The answers from some girls sounded recited. It obviously did not sound like something that they came. Do you understand? Somebody literally said, "I'm sorry, please, can I start again?" And I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, what's going on? Do you understand? And when things like that happen, I'm like, okay. So I think I'll say for me, it came across as if the questions, the answer was recited or crammed. Do you get? And then all of that. But then again, the winner was crowned. But then again, you got the Miss Eco Tourism World. And then what happened? What would I say? What the trajectory from there? What was it like? From there, I had to start to prepare to go to South Africa. That was Nigeria process. Traveling, it was a lot. But and it was very stressful. I remember a few days to traveling, I was in tears. I just broke down in my room and I was crying. Like, you know what? I can't do this again. In short, I'm not going again. What was happening? Tell us. It was having to get my visa. We didn't start the process on time. Yes. So yes, that usually is a problem. The pageant organizer had to put in extra work to ensuring I get my visa on Monday. So I traveled on Tuesday. Yes.
she had to put in extra, pay more to ensure I get it on Tuesday for me to travel. Aside that, finances. I'm a young girl that just went to school. Doing my very best. So it was really tasky. I didn't have any sponsor per se, right? It was just my parents, my friends. My friends really, really supported me. Pageant girls supported me. They went extra. I think there's something about pageant girls all over the world. They go extra for their other pageant girls. Pageant girls really, really supported me.
No, you could call names. Like, who are the people you say?
The beautiful lady sitting beside me.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay.
Alice Duke. This amazing dress I'm wearing, I specifically wore it today. Africala. Is that how that brand is pronounced? Yes. So I texted her a few days and told her, I'm going for a pageant in South Africa. I have never spoken to her before. And she said, you know what? Send me your measurement. I'll send you dresses. Wow. And my dresses came in.
That's Africa for you. She can literally take your order today and deliver tomorrow morning.
I was surprised.
Yes.
I just packed it in my bag. I was really, really surprised. I was very, very, very thankful. Other pageant girls, Kuchinaya, they all just really supported. My friends went out to refinances, but still few days to travel. I didn't have cash to go with me. I said, my father was ranting. He said, no, if you don't have cash, you're not going anywhere. You can't go to another country and be stranded. So somehow help came in and I could travel. The day, so I didn't travel from my home. I had to stay somewhere. And that environment was very toxic. So me traveling from there was really tight. I traveled on my birthday.
Oh, wow. Yes. Now, was that a good thing or a bad thing?
In the morning, I woke up. I tried to keep the energy high. I played songs. I danced. Toxic energy. I cannot see anything. I can't hear anything. So I just stayed in my space, going to the airport, getting calls. It was very stressful.
You're talking about this toxic energy. Please, I want to know more about the toxic energy. What was that? Like, do you mind?
Well, it's a lot. It's actually a lot. Do I even want to talk about it? I'm not sure.
Okay, that's fine if you're not comfortable talking about it.
Traveling, getting to the airport. Let me just say toxic energy was human beings. Human beings just being human beings. I think that's what it is. Getting to the airport. When my bag was so heavy, I had not traveled internationally, so it was hard for me to navigate. So I had to call a friend of mine to come with me to the airport because nobody from where I was staying was willing to go with me.
Okay.
Right? So I had to call someone else. He went with me to the airport, going through the whole process. Let me say this, right? I had the notion that I was supposed to arrive like, looking like a beauty queen. So I was on my 6-inch heels. Wow. For how many hours flight? It was really tough. It was very tough. Thinking about it now, I feel very, very embarrassed. Well, I had to wear that till I got to South Africa and a stopover at Addis Ababa. I could not get the calls I wanted to get or that would have come in. So it was a very lonely birthday. But then I was traveling. So I was very nervous too. So
Okay, so now from that experience, right? It didn't. I think, to be very honest, I think a lot of people that I know have actually gone to represent Nigeria internationally. I don't think there's ever been anyone that's been seamless. You say, okay, fine, everything came and I strolled to the airport and I did, do you understand? I feel something somehow always is an issue. But then again, I feel you cannot overemphasize the importance of support.
Yes.
Right? So now let's talk about that experience for you. And what your advice will be to someone going out to represent Nigeria.
I don't know about others. I've heard other pageant girls say they had to look for money, they had to do so much. But my pageant organizer, Miss Earth pageant organizer, or Miss Ecotourism World Nigeria, our pageant organizers, she did everything for me. She did the bookings, she did the flights, she did everything. She did having to get my visa, everything. She did everything for me. The only thing I had to sort out was part of my outfit.
Okay.
Even some of the outfits I used for the competition.
She sorted that out. So I'll say yes. I've heard about Miss Earth, Nigeria, the organizers. Actually, they're one of those the many pageants we have here. They actually go out. I mean, they sort out their things on their end. They also support their queens to actually get their things. Fine. I mean, they might not have They might not give you everything,
Yes.
do you understand? But at least to a very large extent, they actually give you the basics and to be honest, I'll say as a pageant girl, knowing you're going to an international pageant, going for an international pageant, to a very large extent, you know, no matter the badge you're wearing across your chest, is it still you as a person? It's still your brand. Do you understand? So I also say for pageant girls, they need to also know that you have to also go with a level of preparation on your end. Do you understand? Because in the end, if you go and win now, it's Precious.
It's my name.
Exactly. It's your name that's going to be there. And that's actually very, very important. Okay. On that note, let's take a break. We'll be back in a bit. Welcome back. You're still watching the Pageant Show with Winfrey. I'm still here with Queen Precious. Okay, hope you're doing good. Hope we're taking care of you so far.
Yes, you are. Having a great time.
Amazing. Okay, so we're talking about you leaving for South Africa for the Miss Ecotourism World Pageant. So now you're telling of how it was a tough experience getting yourself together and getting to go. But then again, you pull through. And I think that's another amazing thing pageantry actually does.
Yes.
Right? It helps you,
stretches you,
yes, and puts you gives you the mental strength to just go through whatever it is you actually go through. So now let's talk about your experience at the ecotourism world, on the background of the essence of what the pageant system really is about. Right. So now what would you say was that? I mean, you got there, you met the contestants, your first time out of the country, of course. So finally you're navigating South Africa. Do you understand? Getting used to the cultures, the food and all of that. What was that experience all like for you?
Okay, so we stayed at a resort in Durban, which was very far from the city. Okay. It was very far, about 2 hours drive.
Who picked you from the airport?
The pageant organizers.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Nice.
It was about 2 hours drive. So I got there when they were at the spa. They had the activities.
Were you late for?
Yes, I missed the first day.
Oh, you missed the first day.
Yes.
Okay.
And they were already even leaving when I got there.
Okay.
So I was looking very tired. But everybody was really excited to see me. I was so excited too when I got there. And the energy was good.
Girls?
No, I can't. So when it comes to numbers,
my
brain doesn't process anything.
Okay, all right.
So I can't remember the number of girls. They're really excited. Africans. I think we had someone from Korea. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm sorry. Yes, but we're all really excited. And after that, we had to go to the resort. The resort, we saw monkeys flying everywhere. And I'm not used to animals.
Okay. So that was one of your fears?
Yes.
Okay.
So when I got to my room, I didn't have a roommate yet. She had not gotten into.
Okay.
So it was just me in my room. And we were supposed to prepare for a shoot. That's our traditional costume. Immediately. I had not opened my costume.
You had your costume with
yes.
you. That's not the case for some people. Okay.
I had not opened it. So trying to navigate that costume that was given to me, how do I start? Different parts, trying to put it on, rushing and all of that. But we eventually had the shoot, even though I don't like the pictures.
You don't like the pictures? Yeah, why don't you like the pictures?
I don't like them. It was really dark.
It was dark.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like something from horror movie for me.
Okay.
Please, you guys should not go and look for those pictures. Thank you very much.
We will look for them. Producer, we have to find them.
Well,
okay.
After that, they were really welcoming. The pageant organizers were really, really, really welcoming. And the girls, it was not as it was in Nigeria. I think I really enjoyed Nigeria better.
You enjoyed Nigeria better?
Yes,
okay.
like the girls here in Nigeria better than there.
Okay,
because they were still trying to study me or understand where I'm coming from.
Wait. She just told us a story how Nigerian girls here thought she was proud.
Yeah, well,
how she was laid back, how they were saying then the ones there were worse. Okay.
I just felt like, okay, fine.
So what were you noticing like attitude coming from people?
Yeah.
And all of that? What do you think caused it?
Where's she coming from? Yeah, he had second day and everybody's already talking about how tall and really nicely.
So they were jealous.
I don't think that's what I'll call it.
Oh yeah, she's been nice. They were jealous. Okay.
Everybody's already going on about where's she coming from, Nigeria.
Who is everybody that was going on? The organizers? Or?
No, not even the organizers were really nice. They were
I'm saying like who are people going on about you
other
being tall
contestants,
and you being tall and okay.
So okay, this is it. When we got to the mall, we were supposed to have our spots somewhere in the mall. walking with the pageant organizer, who's this girl? Where's she coming from?
Were you the
Looks so
tallest
good.
of all the contestants?
Yes.
Yay. Okay. How tall are you?
6'3".
6'3".
Yes.
Okay.
So naturally, I get all the attention.
Yes, of course.
If not all the
I
attention.
should be.
I feel like I feel very proud saying
Yeah,
that.
no, you're not proud.
From a very humble perspective. So
Mm-hmm.
it's working with pageant organizers and everybody's staring at this.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that, oh, that's my Nigerian queen.
Yes. So they were also proud of you.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that too.
Mm-hmm.
Getting all that attention. And people staring and all of that too.
Mm-hmm.
It was really bound to happen that they're like, who's this one? Where's she coming from? And I was just there doing my own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really tried my best to stay out of my comfort zone.
Okay.
Because if I'm in my comfort zone, are we done? Okay, let me enter the car. Let me sit down. If I try to take pictures, try to walk around, try to have conversations. Yeah, so I was just not getting the same energy.
Yeah, same energy.
Yes.
Okay, so now did you have any actual confrontation with anyone? Was anyone actually trying to be in your face or trying to be like mean to you directly?
I don't think anybody can.
You don't think anybody can? Why? Okay, so why?
I don't think anybody
Because
can.
you're
It has
taller
never
than
happened
them?
to me, actually. That's the funny thing. It
Okay.
has never happened to me. Nobody has.
So they're always snickering, talking behind your
Yeah,
back,
and
but
that's
nobody
just
actually
it.
says.
Nobody actually sees me.
Okay, so is it a situation where they're nice in your face and then nasty at your back, or they are just out playing nasty all through?
Yeah. So when they're with me, is it like they don't even have any emotion, no feeling. They're just there.
They're just there.
Yeah. Then later I'm hearing things like, she's this, she's that.
So did you actually find any connection with anyone at all? Any one of the contestants? Who was your roommate?
She was from. Her name is Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the country. I'm
Okay.
terrible at this. But her name is Mercy,
Mm-hmm.
and
What was that? I think more than anything, I feel if you actually have a roommate you're okay with, so even if the contestants give you anything, I think you can handle that because I mean you're out there limited time, but then again when you're in your space, you want the energy in that space to be good. So I think I was always great because my roommates were always cool. We're literally always like good. Even if when we go out, we might not be together, but when we come back, there's like just from here, everybody just. So did you have that feeling or like was he host? Because I actually hear of girls that actually have terrible roommates.
she was barely in the room.
She was barely in the room.
Yes.
Where was she?
Someone else's room.
Oh,
So she was barely
really?
in the
Oh,
room.
okay. So I thought she came after you.
Yeah, she
So
did.
how did she get so comfortable with every other person? Even after that,
I have no idea how this works. I don't know how it works. But she was
Okay.
barely in the room, and our room was very far from others because we took a room in a different quarter
Okay.
of the resort. So it was really far from others. So we had to walk all the way down
down.
to get to others' rooms. So it was there. It was nice. But then we had to go out.
Yes.
I enjoyed. So the thing about Miss Ecotourism was that we didn't really call each other by our names.
Mhm.
So it's Miss Nigeria,
Yeah,
Miss Liberia,
yeah,
Miss
yeah.
Tanzania.
And you still can't remember her country.
Yes. Miss Ethiopia. So yes, I had a
Okay.
really good friendship with Miss Liberia, Miss Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's nice.
Okay, nice. Okay, so now it was 3 weeks long camp.
No, it was just a week, funny enough.
It was just a week.
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, it's even better. So the hostile energy wasn't for a prolonged time. So now, what were the competitions like? You did talent show?
Yes.
What was your talent?
Spoken words.
Spoken words.
Yeah.
So how did that turn out?
In my head, really horrible. But they clapped.
But they you speak really well, so I'm not even going to go into that. So there was talent, there was cultural presentation, a national costume presentation.
Yes.
And your costume was good. You had that unlocked. So what else? What other activity was
We
that?
had dinner where we shared gifts.
Okay.
Yes. Then what else?
What did you get? Any gift? What gift did you get?
Funny enough, my gifts could not come with me
Okay.
to South Africa.
So what did
I
you
feel
do?
very bad. Very bad.
You didn't give anybody any gifts. You already hated you. Now give them more reason to hate you some more. But did you get any gift?
Yeah, they brought gifts for all the contestants,
Oh,
but not everybody did.
Mhm,
So yeah, I did.
Okay, nice. I think that's another beautiful thing about international pageants and participation. It also sheds light on our culture and our tourism.
Yes.
So you actually get to bring things from Nigeria or from your country and then exchange it with another person. Do you understand? And of course, normally, I know I've gone with contestants traveling to go to like the arts and crafts market here in Lagos to get things that actually signify, the pride of Nigeria, either our pendants with
Yes.
the Africa map or Nigerian stuff. And I think that's also a very strong impact. So now talking about the essence of pageantry, what would you say you took out of that experience? Okay, you know what? Before we get there, let's talk about you winning. So people hated you. You now won. How did they take it?
So the night
Yeah.
that I won,
Mm-hmm.
I was in my room thinking everything was going fine. Then teenage girls and teenage beauty queens.
Wow.
They came to my room. We stayed there for hours.
Doing
And I
what?
did not know a whole lot was happening in other rooms.
Like
I did not know they were, oh no, she came in late. How? Why? No, I don't think so. A lot of talks.
So how did that information get to you?
It got to me when I came to Nigeria.
When you came to Nigeria?
Yes.
Okay.
That's when it got to me.
Mhm.
So it was now the pageant organizer later telling me that, oh, that's how it went. They were not even happy I won and all of that. And they didn't take it lightly on her.
On her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Other contestants didn't even take it lightly on her and all of that. So
Okay.
that's when it got to me. So I didn't, and I woke up, most of them had left camp already.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So there was no breakfast after
There
the whole
was,
pageant,
but
okay?
by the
But
time I
like-
came out,
Yeah, like
almost everybody had disappeared.
almost everybody had
Yes.
gone. Are you serious? Wow. And how did that make you feel? No, wait. Now, so it's mixed emotions, right? I guess. I mean, winning the pageants, you came all the way from, and then having to literally see that people were not necessarily happy that you won. How did that make you feel?
I don't know. I don't think I felt anything.
Okay, I think you're
At
the
the
problem.
time.
At the end of the day, I think she's actually the problem. She doesn't have feelings. She really doesn't care about you. Like, she's just living her life, being
I
fabulous.
wasn't feeling anything.
You weren't feeling
at the time,
anything.
yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't.
Mhm,
Because what would I do?
No, you can't do anything.
It's my fault.
You can be happy now. Like, you
Right.
can say, yeah, I was excited. Like, yeah, oh, fine. I mean, you hated me, but I still won. Okay, so now you're coming back to Nigeria now. You have a new title. It was the first ever Miss
Yeah.
Ecotourism World, and you clinched that title. I mean, despite the fact that we had other contestants there from different other countries. So, of course, you didn't have self-esteem issues
No, I
at
didn't.
any point for any reason. So now coming back to Nigeria, what were you expecting versus what you got?
So when I go back to Nigeria, where do I start from? When you picked me up at the airport, first of the heat in this country is a lot.
So South Africa was cold
Yeah,
when you went there.
Yeah, then I got here, I'm like, what's happening here?
Take
me back.
She said, "What's happening here?"
And then I was
Okay.
really excited to be back home.
Mhm.
I got to where we stay, and yeah, I was like, hey, what's happening next? Take me to the next part. Can we skip to the group part? Take me to the next part then. Oh, that's fine. You can go home now. Okay. I got home, waiting for a call, a text. What are we doing next? And it took me weeks before anybody got to me. And those weeks of me overthinking, okay, so what am I supposed to do now? Am I the problem? Did I do something wrong? Am I not doing something? So I fell into like huge depression.
Wow.
Wondering what exactly was going on. And not living out the expectations.
Okay.
Right?
So now what were the expectations?
So I just felt like I could do so much more.
Yeah.
I felt, okay, fine. They have so this was the thing. I was told I was going to get a list of activities that
You were told or
Yes,
you thought?
I was told.
Okay.
But then hearing all of this, okay, what's happening? What do I do next? Okay, when is the press coming in? When is the shoots coming in? When is the activities? When are we going to schools? And at the time, I was still few weeks after, I was still very active. I was suggesting things. Oh, I think we should do this. Oh, you know what? I think we should do this. Let's do this. I want to go to schools. I want to reach out to teenagers. I want to talk to these people about that. And I'm throwing my ideas and they're just bouncing back at me. And I did not understand what was happening.
Yeah.
So at some point I had to take a break. And I just told the pageant organizers that, you know what, I have to write exams now.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see anything pageant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we show the title first, let me write my exam.
Yeah.
Then after that, we'll talk about what is the next thing to do. And after I finished writing my exam, still nothing. So I reached out to the organization and still nothing. So it felt like, where's the part that I actually have to be the beauty queen?
Yeah.
So where's that part? How am I supposed to do that? No
Yeah.
navigation. It just felt really terrible for me.
Okay.
Then I started doing things on my own.
Okay.
I tried to organize few things, maybe go to secondary schools. I mean, ecotourism is still about earth preservation, right?
Yeah.
So I still tried to do a few things on my own.
Yeah.
And the very little I could do, I did. But to me, it wasn't enough.
Wasn't enough.
Because you know when people hear, oh, international pageant,
Yes.
or world, Miss Ecotourism
Tourism
World,
World,
she's an
yeah.
international queen.
Yeah.
So there was pressure from me, and I think most of the pressure was from me actually. So there was a lot of pressure from me, like, oh no, you're supposed to do so much more. You're supposed to do this, supposed to do that. You can't just sit at home doing nothing.
Yeah.
You can't just win a crown and
yes, and just go silent.
yes,
quiet,
and be in
yes.
your room. I went off social media for months. And when I came back, I didn't even care. I didn't even care. It took me so much getting used to, okay, yes, you're still Miss Secret Tourism World 2021.
Okay, so now let's talk about the issue. So what do you think the issue was? What do you think the problem was? Why do you think things happened the way they happened? So first of all, let's clarify. So the pageant organizers for the local pageants are different from the ones for the international pageants,
Yes.
right? So now when you say you reach out to the organizers, which are you talking about? The local one or the international
It's all
one?
of them together.
All of them, okay. So what do you think the problem really was?
So, well, I think one problem pageant organizations generally have is having, after the beauty pageant, what's next?
What's next? Okay.
Yes. So I feel there's no plan. There's sometimes no structure to what you will be doing after you win the crown. Yeah. So I think that was a major problem. So when I reach out to the pageant organizers in SA, they tell me reach out to your pageant organizers in Nigeria. Then I reach out to them and they're telling me, go back to them in SA.
So yeah, it was
so what is happening? Do you understand? So it was really, really hard for me to even navigate anything at all. So the fact that, so it's the first of its kind.
Yes.
It's the first pageant. Yes. So I felt there was no proper...
They didn't plan. So they planned for the planning. You know how they say, most of the people now, they plan for the wedding. They don't plan for the marriage.
Exactly.
So
that's
yeah,
what it was.
A situation like that.
They planned for the competition, for crowning the queen, but they didn't plan for
anything
afterwards.
Beyond that. So what would you say would be the best structure? Because I mean, I've heard this a lot. A lot of people say this. So now, and the truth is, when you speak to pageant organizers, they would come from the angle of, I don't know, I'm just saying, what I think. So for instance, now, your local pageants, I mean, you were ecotourism, but then again, they had Miss Earth, so they are probably preparing their queen, for the international pageants, and then of course after that, they're thinking, oh yeah, the clock is actually going around again. Very soon, we have to be planning for the next pageant, so they're trying to think of sponsors and all of that. So they're thinking of, handing over another event, so they're planning all that. So a lot of people from the organization point of view, they think, okay, fine, you're a queen. Okay, fine, maybe you should have a plan. But from pageant girl, it's like, okay, fine, you are the one that has this platform. Maybe you should have a plan for me. So what would you say to you? What would you say the actual thing is meant to be like? How would you have wanted it to go for you?
So I think, aside the pageant organizations having a plan, I felt like I should have had a plan. So I was very, very hard on myself too. So I was going extra and feeling like, oh, you have failed this crown. You failed yourself and you failed the organization. So I feel like pageant organizations should first off have like a structure for what the beauty queen will be doing in a year. Yeah. So it doesn't have to be take her by the hand to do everything, but at least just let her know, okay, this is what you're supposed to be doing. How can you start it? Where do you need help? What can we do together? What do you want to do?
At least some attention should be paid to it. Yes. Maybe not everything, but at least some. Yeah.
What do you want to do? What's your plan? But if they even asked me, what's your plan? How can we come in? It's a different thing. I got nothing.
They didn't. And even when you're trying to reach out, that didn't also happen. So I'll actually also share this part. When also I did MBGN and I was tourism, I did have a plan. But then again, the same thing. They had Miss World, going from Miss World, they had Miss Universe, going from Miss Universe. So they had two other queens they had to think about before they even say consider me. So initially as well, the same thing. So I was, of course, that hyped up, but okay, fine, MBGN tourism. First, after I fell into the impression of, okay, you didn't win the title, then you come out of that impression and you're like, okay, fine, let me do something with what I have, right? Then you now try. You now fall back into the depression of, okay, fine, nothing is happening, so what should I do now?
It's very difficult.
It's very
difficult to navigate to yourself.
Yes. So what I realized is that, but I kept on pushing, but it just seemed like nothing was happening. I actually just chilled, to be honest. Then it was one day, I can't remember. I think I just got a call or something. Okay, fine, you were saying this. So I think when they were done sorting out all of that, then I remember that, oh yeah, we had another queen that has said something she wanted to jump on. And then they're like, okay, fine, what's your plan? And then at that point, luckily for me, I had spent the time, I was probably, I don't know, before then, just trying to draft out what I wanted to do with the tourism title. Because, we were going into Win World, but that doesn't happen. Just find a way to do something. So yeah, and I think from there, to a very large extent, I got support from the organization. Because MBGN, there's STV, there's Rhythm, and it was tourism. So they had cameras, they had all of that. So I was just going from place to place doing all of that. So I feel it's important, as you said, for pageant girls to always have a plan. And then also for organizers to also put a structure in place to at least support the queen, because it's not easy. But I'll say, very importantly, we have we all have responsibilities. So I think at the end of it, everybody just needs to bring in their 50 and then make everything get up to 100.
We can meet in the middle.
Yeah, meet in the middle. Okay, so now let's go on to the hot button for today, which is actually the beauty pageants. Is it degrading or is it empowering? From your point of view, what would you have to say about this? I'm actually really interested in hearing your point of view. What would you have to say about this?
They're supposed to be empowering. That's what I think.
They're supposed to
be
empowering. Okay, so now what do you mean by they're supposed to be empowering?
Well, beauty, I think the whole essence of beauty pageants is to show the strength of a woman, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, woman, right? Yeah. So show her strength. Mm-hmm. Let her see sides to herself that she does not even know exist. Yeah. Let her grow, let her blossom as the queen that she is. And then see the heart that she has for the people. Okay. Yes. So it's supposed to strengthen the woman. Yeah. Yes. And it's supposed to assist her to impact the society. So I think that's what beauty pageants are for, right? Okay. Now, I think we're trying. Abby, what do you think?
I don't know. What do you think? Do you think we're trying, or we could do better? We definitely could do better.
Obviously, yeah. But I think we're trying. I think we're trying. I really think we're trying. I think we're trying. But is it degrading? I don't think it's degrading. Yeah. I don't think it's degrading. But I think we can put beauty pageants in a different light for people not to see the part that we think is degrading. Okay. Yes.
And what part would you say people think is degrading most times?
Is it weird to say I have a problem with bikinis?
Do you have a problem with bikinis? Yeah, you can say it. You can say it. Sure, of course.
I think I do.
Okay, why do you?
I feel like it's unnecessary. Okay. Yes, I think it's unnecessary. And the part that shows only the beautiful side of a woman, or without showing how intelligent she is, without showing how much structure she can bring to an organization, without showing the fact that she's a great leader, without showing the fact that she has a heart for the people, which more attention should be given to, and just showing
that part. Yeah. So now we're talking about pageants that actually focus on that. Yes. So now I've had a conversation about this with people a lot, right? Yeah, a lot of people talk about how they're not fine. No, I mean, these days, I think everybody even wants to do bikini. So even the pageant, they tell you don't do bikini, they say no one to do bikini. So my point...
Who's saying we no one to do bikini? The pageant girls or the organizers?
No, the pageant girls say they want to do bikini. I'm just saying, like, in the world and society that we're in now, even in situations where girls don't need to go in bikini, hello, are you on Instagram? Do you understand? So that kind of thing. So, but then again, so there's a school of thought, I mean, in the pageant system where people understand that, fine, bikini literally shows your confidence, right? It doesn't show your confidence. It shows that you can be confident in your skin. It shows that it's not about what you're wearing and all of that and everything. So now what would you have to say to that? I mean, talking about how, okay, fine, you're not... Do you really think it's not necessary to go in bikini to actually show that you're confident?
I don't think it's necessary. That confidence can be shown anywhere. In wearing a normal outfits, okay. In how you speak. Okay. Most importantly, in how you speak, in how you think. I think that's where the real confidence is.
Confidence is. Yes. Okay. Amazing. So now, would you say, I mean, a lot of people will say the pageantry has evolved, right? So yeah, it started off as a means of attracting people to a particular city. Literally, that's how pageant started. It didn't start as, okay, Johnson. But then again, along the way, I mean, we know about Miss World pageant and how, I mean, Beauty with a Purpose came in. But initially, it wasn't like that. Initially, they had beauty and bikinis and all of that. And then, of course, eventually now the bikini was taken out of the main competition. And then now we have Beauty with a Purpose, which literally shows the humanitarian side of things, right? So now, what would you say with regarding... So I think that's where you stand. Right? That, okay, fine, that is literally what it should be. So don't you believe that it can be all encompassing? So now this is a typical case. This is what I usually like to see. Just for instance, now, yes, someone is in a bikini down stage. I feel there's intention to it. I feel the intention matters. Okay. Fine. Are we saying, fine, internationally, this is what is required for us to be there. So deal with that. And then when you get to a point where you can have a voice on that, you have a voice on that. Or people actually take advantage of that bikini part to literally sexualize the girls and then objectify the girls, right? But then again, would you say the problem is now with the girl wearing the bikini, or the problem is the person thinking of the sexualization and the objectification?
So I don't think the problem is with the girl wearing the bikini. It's definitely not with her. Yeah. It's with the person who is objectifying her. But there's so much you can do about that. there's really little
we can
do about
refine the
that.
mind of the man.
Yes, we can do that. But
we could try.
we can try, but there's really little we can do about that. So
Yeah.
the problem is not with the lady wearing the bikini, but how these people perceive her.
Yeah.
And which is something that, like you asked, do I think it's degrading or empowering, which is from a point of perception. Like, how do people perceive pageants?
Yeah.
Is pageant, do they perceive it as degrading or do they perceive it as empowering? So that's why I think it's something that if we can just look less on that side.
Okay, so you say the beginning parts can actually make it degrading.
Yeah.
And then the part where we're talking about mental work and intelligence and all of that is the empowering part. But if you ask me, I'll say over the years, we've done more of empowering in that regard than the degrading part. Because, I mean, I don't think I've met any pageant queen that doesn't have something she wants to do. She might not be doing it, but then again, at least it takes us to that point where we know we have to have there's just this call to social responsibility that I think a lot of girls are also stepping up to now and all of that. So now, coming to you, right? What would you say are your plans for the future? As I asked you, what's your pageant aspiration? What are your pageant aspirations?
I think we had the conversation. I said I wanted to do MVGN.
Yes.
But then I was considering, because after Miss Ecotourism World,
because of the experience.
Yes, I haven't had time to
think about it.
I haven't given myself time to think about it, because there's time, but I haven't just...
You haven't given,
I haven't gone back there. This is the longest conversation I have had about pageantry since then. So I haven't given thought to it.
So this is what I'll say about that, right? I'll say, I think every pageant girl needs that bad experience. Needs. The word is needs, right? Because a lot of times, a lot of people that I see that go into pageantry and thrive at it, they've always had that bad experience, right? They've gone for the pageant where they had such an amazing expectation, thinking, fine, everything should be working for me. And then they go there and they're like, what's happening? But then again, they take their hits, they take their curve. Do you understand? They go into their caves and they hide out for a bit. But then again, whenever they come out stronger. Because when they're stepping into that next pageant, they are ready. They know that if I get this platform, even if I win or I don't win, I'm going to be good. Do you understand? And they take that. So the same thing happened for me. Miss University Nigeria, I thought, it was going to be, after the miss of the whole University Nigeria. We're over 50 contestants, right? Same thing. After I won the title, I was expecting so much to happen. And the amazing thing, I was in the University of Benin, so I was actually having a lot of opportunities. But what happened? My organization was like, no.
Wow.
Come for this thing. No. Come for this one. No. Do you understand? So it was like, am I to be or not to be? Do you understand? Like, you gave me this platform if you didn't want me to use it for anything. So I just think maybe they had their own plans, or they had a way they saw certain things, or they didn't just want people to take advantage of me because I was young and all of that. So they just tried to, do you understand? But then again, when I took that experience and I stepped into MBGN, I understood that the struggles other contestants had or fellow queens had, I didn't have it. Do you understand? The struggle of prize money not coming when you expected it to come, or the struggles of, what next? No, I wasn't. My mind wasn't even there. My mind was like, I'm here now. What can I do? How can I take advantage of this opportunity and make a way for myself? And I've noticed that with every queen that's literally succeeded in her own space, where it seems like, this girl is doing, it has never been a situation of, the pageant made you, or the pageant platform made you. It's for you to take up that opportunity and then run with it. And I think you have an amazing chance as Miss World. Just saying that. I think you'd be a perfect queen. I think everything works and is aligning for you because, you don't believe in bikinis, Miss World, they don't do bikinis anymore. You're a more sociable person onto social responsibility, having a plan to do this. And I mean, even your podcast that you actually run where you talk about this, tell us a little bit about that.
So Living the Truth is a podcast where we, like I say on the podcast, we live, learn, love. It's just navigating through life from point of truth, because I believe there's a truth, right? Where we just live life with our basic values, with we having values and not having to feel alone, first off, not having to feel alone in certain things, emotions or situations people go through that nobody has put words to it. Yeah, we talk about it there.
So what we say birthed it? Was it your experience?
No, what birthed it? What birthed leaving the truth? I just wanted to share. I wanted to share what I have been going through that there's so many things nobody talks about. Yeah. And the latest episode I was dealing with fear, and I had tried to have that conversation with people, and I find, okay, you feel the same way. Yeah. Why don't I talk about it? Yeah, let more people know that, okay, this is what we go through. Yes. And you can deal with it from the point of truth, because there is actually a truth to certain things, or to almost everything, if you ask me. Yeah. So let's talk about it. Let's feel better.
Makes sense as well. That is also another reason why this podcast was created. This platform was created, because a lot of pageant girls, they go through a lot. But as you said, this is the longest conversation you've had about your pageant experience since you got back, right? Nobody, on social media we could share, oh yes, I went, oh yes, I felt heartbroken, whatever. But then again, we move. Yes, nobody's saying you should not move. Do you understand? But before you started moving, there was an unmoving, right? Yes. So that unmoving needs to be unpacked. And the truth is that with life, different emotions will come, different things will come. You need to be able to process all the thing you feel to be able to even forge ahead.
To move past it, yes.
Forge ahead stronger and all of that. So platforms like that, like what you're doing, I think they're amazing, because the truth is, something I know helps me get through certain things is my realization that everybody goes through this thing. Yes. As much as you see, even the person you're seeing that is up there, that's looking like, oh yeah, they have life in their left hand. Do you understand? Everybody goes through a whole lot of things. And then it's important that we share. When we share, we feel connected to the next person. When we share, there's just this humanity in everything. Yes. It's humbling to know that
we're helping someone else.
Yeah, we're helping someone else. Amazing. So now, overall, what is your advice to that pageant girl out there watching this right now who wants to be you? What is your take?
My take is, don't put so much pressure on yourself, because I did. I put a lot of pressure on myself. Whatever it is, go ready. There's so much work to do that you can do. Honestly, you might feel like, okay, fine, I can't do it, but really you can actually do it too. Put in the work, go through the process, have a great time, enjoy it, basically. Just enjoy it.
Amazing. Yeah. Okay, now, I wanted to wrap up, but I just realized that this segment is incomplete if we don't get you to answer a pageant question. Because you speak so eloquently well. You speak so eloquently well. Her eloquence is intimidating mine.
No way.
Okay, so we do this thing where we actually get our guests to answer a pageant question. Let's see if they're on stage, just to help, because we know pageant questions are literally one of the most nerve-wracking. But I don't think you ever had that problem.
I don't think I had it. I'm sorry. I don't think I had it, because I really prepared for it. That intelligence round, I think that took 80% of my preparation, and I'm very serious. So I was Miss Earth. I knew I had so much to read. Yeah. So I was reading back to back. And that's one thing people don't know about pageantry. Yes. They don't know we have so much to read.
Yes.
So I was reading back to back. So I wasn't even expecting this question or that question. My mind was, any question they ask me,
be ready.
I should be able to answer.
Yes. Amazing. Because I love the fact that you said your mental preparation was 80%. That is something I tell a lot of people that they don't seem to get. I mean, you're worried about how you look. All of that is fabulous. All of that is amazing. But then again, you don't want to look amazing and then open your mouth and then people want to run away. Do you understand? So, and I think that is if nothing, that's the take home for me right here. How much you need to, and I think reading should be a daily thing, whether you're in pageants or not. You should just know what's happening around you, what's happening in the world, and then also have opinions about several things. So on that note, I'll ask you a question. Pick a question 1 to 10.
Okay. When last did I do this? Okay. I'll pick 8.
You pick 8.
8, yes, 8. Please be a nice question.
Okay, so now who would you say is your favorite pageant queen and why?
I don't know if this is a tough question. Do I have a favorite pageant? Okay, yes. Who would I say?
Proud.
No, I do. I do love every single one of them. You have no idea. I really do love every single one of them. But
okay, so who would you say stands out the most to you, or whose story would you say connects to the most to you?
The one that connects the most to me and that rings.
Remember, you're on stage now.
Okay. Wow, nice, great. It's a long guy podcast.
Is it pageants?
Nerves. Okay, can you next question again? Let's start from there.
Okay. Miss Nigeria, Who is your favorite pageant queen and why?
So I want to say something. You know that part where we say, thank you very much for this question?
Why are you taking me? Please, can you answer your question?
I can't remember if I said that on stage.
Yeah.
I hope I did not. If I did, it's because I was nervous.
Yeah.
But I don't think I did. Maybe I said thank you very much for that. No.
Did I say anyone is allowed?
Yeah. Okay, so sorry again. Let's go again.
Miss Nigeria, this is your last opportunity.
I'm sorry, I'm serious about this crown. I'm sorry.
Who would you say is your favorite pageant queen and why?
My favorite pageant queen is Miss USA 2016 because I can relate so much with her story. She contested for a pageant about 6 times before she eventually got it. And it's the same thing about life. Even when you fail over and over and over again, you'll still win at the end.
Okay.
And it takes people with grit and a strong will to succeed at anything in life.
Amazing. Yeah, but you didn't give us her name now. Was that forged?
No. Her name is Deshawn Barbara.
Oh, Deshawn Barbara. Okay, the video that keeps trending.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
I mean, I listen to that. I'm like, you have mine, though.
Yo, 6 times. Over and over again.
Over and that now tells you that you should go for MBGN. Thank you.
Okay, shooting myself in the leg.
What would you say is your ultimate tip for answering pageant questions?
Like I said, prepare. Then there's one thing, I don't know who told me this, or I read it somewhere, is first off, have an advocacy. So when there's something that you have like at the center, you can connect whatever question it is to that question, to that answer.
Yes.
So that's something I always have in mind. Yeah. So like when you have an advocacy, so when you ask me that question, I can say, young people, I'm passionate about young people going through their process. Yes. And she went through her process to finally achieve success, even if it was very difficult. So having an advocacy, it would be easy for you to connect whatever question to that advocacy. So it doesn't seem like you're just answering a scripted. True. Yeah, it's just scripted. So yeah, that's one thing.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you too for having me.
Amazing round with you. And I wish you all the very best. And I'm hoping to have you again with the Miss World title on your head.
Okay, let's see how
you
that
are going
goes.
for that part. You see, if I have to catch you with chains and drag you into the hole, I will. Thank you so much, Precious.
Thank you too. I had such a great time.
Thank you for staying with us on this episode of the Pageant Show with Winfrey, right? It was an amazing round with Queen Precious. I'm definitely be having more queens, so make sure you keep on watching. Now, like, share, subscribe, do everything you need to do, right? And share this to people around you, right? Pageant queen or not, because everyone needs this vital information, right? Until next time, I'll see you. Bye-bye.
Bye.